When California was admitted to the United States, it moved its capital from Monterey to Sacramento. Why Sacramento and not San Francisco or LA? As a bustling distribution center with rivers leading to coastal cities and home to the starting point of the first transcontinental railroad, gold rush settlers landed on these foothills and dug right in. Today, the capital boasts of distribution-based industries and service-related entrepreneurs that originally formed its economic base. Heritage One is one such company that we had the pleasure to visit and learn about the 401k plan they offer to their employees. We're here at Heritage One Door and Building Solutions in Sacramento, California. I'm joined by the Chief Financial Officer, Geoff. Thanks for joining us, Geoff.
No problem.
Tell us a little bit about the history of Heritage One, what you all produce, and a little bit about the employees that work here.
So we started business in 2012. We produce doors, we frame doors and windows, and basically sell to new home builders. Our employees are a wide mix of people. We have installers that are located throughout the North State. We have employees here that work in the shop, professionals in sales or IT or accounting. So we have a wide mix of people that work for this company.
Obviously, the retirement plan is a very important aspect of the benefits that Heritage One is providing.
Yes, yeah, we consider that very important here. But we always make sure our investments are working out well, and if not, we'll rotate them out and bring one in that is. We also want to make sure our participation rates are high, both with the number of people and the percentages that are being taken out. Obviously, the more the better for those employees. We look at education. We have a lot of employees that are young that might not quite understand the importance of 401k, so we want to make sure we can reach out to them in a simple way and in a way they can understand and see the importance of the plan.
Let's talk a little bit about the plan design, and I know you feel very passionately that the employees can save and plan for their future. What type of features? We had the Pension Protection Act in 2006 that allowed for auto enrollment, auto escalation.
Right.
That's part of your plan design.
Right. We put that in as soon as it was allowed. That's important because a lot of people that start here young and retirement isn't on the top of their mind. And
never is.
Having any money taken out of their check, even if it's just a small amount, is something that they feel they can afford. So we have an auto enrollment feature where they start off at 4%. Each year, if they stay in the auto enrollment, it goes up 1% until 10% after 6 years.
And you take that very seriously as a committee and engage the record keeper to educate employees, hold meetings, etc.
Yes, because this is usually the only way they can save for retirement is through 401k plan. And if they start early, it's great. If they start late, it's tough. For us, up to 4% will match half of that. If you do the 4%, you get 2% thrown in by the company for free. You see a lot of people that are 80 years old that have to work.
Yeah, and that's not always an option.
Right.
What types of topics, when you do the group training, group planning, what types of topics are you talking about?
So usually we stress the match, first of all, because that's one of the ways to get people into the plan. We stress starting early, putting as much aside as you can when you're young, even though it's decades off.
Yeah.
It really makes a big difference.
Geoff, we're going to talk a little bit with one of your employees, Darryl. Is retirement important to him? Was he excited about the 401k plan upon joining?
He is. He's young. He joined the plan right away as soon as he could. He's in it now. Darryl definitely appreciates what the plan does and appreciates that it's his way to save for retirement. So it's very important to him, which is very important to us.
Well, Geoff, thank you so much and appreciate your perspective, sharing the insights into what the committee is talking about, and for giving us a tour around Heritage One. It's really interesting. Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you.
Geoff walked me through how Heritage One onboards new employees for their retirement savings program, which gave me the opportunity to meet Darryl. He had just recently left his job at a tattoo parlor to work for an employer who could provide him with a clear path to start saving for his future. How important is retirement savings to you as an individual?
It's really important to me, especially now that I'm in my early 30s. In my early 20s, I kind of didn't really think about that kind of thing. Now I'm in my 30s, trying to think of longevity.
When you were considering joining Heritage One as an employee, the retirement benefit was top of mind for you, beyond just the compensation.
Heritage One provided me with a 401k, and it's something I never really had before. You know, so when they offered it to me, it only made sense to go with that.
Geoff alluded to the fact that individuals are auto-enrolled, meaning they're put into the plan automatically upon eligibility.
Right.
Sometimes people, even though they value the importance of the retirement plan, that paternalism, having the employer say, okay, you're automatically in the plan. You can always opt out, but how did you digest that?
Opting out wasn't an option for me. I always wanted to stay in it. The way they presented it to me never felt like they were pushing me or convincing me into it. It was more just brought up like, hey, this is what we have. It's a great thing for our employees. And like I said, it only made sense.
So when you're having that money taken out of your paycheck, did that factor in, like, what's my net cash going to be?
I never look at my check stub, so I never even notice that it's even there or taken out.
We use these words in the industry, which I think oftentimes can be confusing, for like mutual funds, net asset value, share price.
It's confusing, huh?
It is confusing,
yeah,
right?
For sure.
You know, do you try to educate yourself on some of the terms, read the materials?
Yeah, I mean, it's just important to know what's going on in general. I mean, things can change like that. Well, now that I have a retirement plan, I'm not so worried about the future. I have peace of mind.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you, Darryl. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, dude.
And I don't know, you think you're going to add like maybe 401k on
Right,
on either
you
arm?
know the rappers are doing across the forehead.
Yeah, you gonna do that?
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Just down the road from Heritage One, we stopped in to visit Lorenzo and Yolanda, owners of Janico Building Services. They are also happily married, just as long as Lorenzo knows when to separate work from pleasure. One of their biggest concerns running a small business is how to help their employees save and plan for their financial futures. Welcome back. We're in North Highlands, California, sitting down with Yolanda and Lorenzo Harris here at Janico Building Services. Guys, thanks for hosting us today. Let's start, Lorenzo, with the history of the company.
Well, we're a commercial building maintenance company. We started in 1985, and through organic growth through the years, we now have 45 employees covering Sacramento as well as the San Francisco Bay Area.
The type of folks that work for us, they vary from different walks of life. Age range varies from 20 to 60.
Talk a little bit about BOMA and what that is, and what that means to you and the success of your organization.
BOMA is an acronym for Building Owners and Managers Association, and essentially they're a commercial real estate association for commercial building owners and property managers. BOMA has chapters in all 50 states in various cities throughout the country. We happen to be a member of BOMA East Bay. They focus on the interests of building owners and property managers.
CRUG stands for Commercial Real Estate Women. The goal of the organization is to advance women in commercial real estate. There's 11,000 members. I currently served as president for 2 terms, 2012 and then also 2014.
And how important is mentorship to people in the association and to the organization?
Mentorship is a big value to the commercial real estate for women. It allows them to be able to work with someone to help groom a woman to advance in their career.
There's over 70 million Americans who don't have access to an employer retirement plan, either because the employer doesn't offer it due to some high administrative fees, they're not participating if there is one, and that's concerning to me. California had an initiative, the Cal Savers Plan, that was born about 2 years ago through legislation, and it's going to come online in 2019. What does that mean for you, your employees, and the people of California?
Well, as our company experienced turnovers, and so in an effort to address that, we began looking at our employee offerings, wages, and benefits in particular. And retirement obviously came up. But what we found, the administrative loops for retirement programs was burdensome. We would have fiduciary responsibility, exhaustive paperwork, and we would have to hire attorneys just to understand and implement the plan. With Cal Savers, the state actually takes on that responsibility, so it becomes much more easier for our company to implement.
The state also has plans to communicate and educate employees with workshops, one-on-one sessions, etc., I would imagine.
Absolutely. All the fiduciary responsibility that is involved implementing a retirement program now is in the hands of the state.
Thank you so much. That was great. Thank you for sharing your stories.